SpaceX achieved a triple success with its launch on May 20th. The Falcon 9 rocket carried satellites that helped to complete 2 communication networks, and a test prototype verifying new technologies was also on board. In addition, we will talk about a Chinese launch and the tests of the new Vulcan rocket. The Falcon 9 rocket took off from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California on May 20th at 13:16 Universal Time. Keen-eyed viewers surely noticed that the second stage of the rocket was equipped with a shortened nozzle for its Merlin engine. This nozzle is cheaper to produce, but it comes at the cost of reduced performance. SpaceX uses it only for missions where the maximum rocket power is not required.
During the landing burn, we light just a single center Merlin engine, California coast.
The first stage of the rocket was used for the 11th time, and once again, it successfully landed on the drone ship Of Course I Still Love You, which was stationed in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, a lot of things happened there.
As part of this mission, the last 5 satellites of the Iridium Next communication network were deployed into orbit. These satellites have been stored as backups for several years and finally had the opportunity to be launched. The Iridium Next network builds upon the success of the older Iridium network, offering not only voice communication but also data transmissions. On board, there were also 15 satellites for the OneWeb communication network. These are the last satellites of the first generation for this network. We can say that the OneWeb project has reached a significant milestone, as its communication network has achieved full capacity. However, OneWeb does not intend to stop at the first generation satellites. Falcon also carried a satellite named JoeySat, which will test technologies for the second generation of OneWeb satellites. The satellite was developed through a collaboration between several private companies and the European Space Agency. With the help of this satellite, it will be possible to test technologies for future satellite services, including 5G communication. Additionally, a radiation sensor manufactured in the Czech Republic is also on board. The acquired data will help characterize radiation conditions and optimize the design of second-generation OneWeb satellites. The small device can detect the impacts of charged particles and record not only their quantities but also their types, energies, and even the direction from which they came. On May 21st, the Chinese Long March 2C rocket launched a total of 3 satellites. 2 Aomen Kexue-1 satellites were placed into a nearly equatorial orbit to monitor the geomagnetic field and the cosmic environment. The Luojia 201 satellite is dedicated to testing technologies for a future network consisting of dozens of radar satellites. The new Vulcan rocket completed fueling tests, and before its first static fire on the launch pad, returned to the service tower. According to available information, engineers made several adjustments based on the test data. On May 22nd, the rocket once again made its way to Launch Complex SLC-41. Are you following our Twitter profile? If you use this network, you won't go wrong by clicking the link in the video description. You will not only receive notifications about new episodes of our show, but also access various interesting facts about spaceflight.